Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be my October update for my deck of panning Project Pan. I created this project after being inspired by Books with Maddie, who you can always find in my description box. She created this game as a way to choose what books she wants to read for the month. I did ask her permission, and that is how we have had a deck of panning. This is the second year and it will come back next year for a third year. I'm already working on the changes for that. I'd also like to take a moment to say thank you for all your feedback on my last two Project Pan videos where I reshuffled, restructured those project pans to suit how I'm feeling a little bit better. I almost waited until the new year since it's almost the end of the year already, but I was like, you know what, that seems silly. Let's change things up now. And you guys have been so supportive and have left really great feedback. So thank you so much for that. I actually have a very exciting update for Deck of Panning and I just want to hop right in. As always, I start with the product that has been in for the longest. For the card Wild Card, I put in my Becca liquid highlighter in the shade Opal. I used this 4 times since the last update. As I said in my last two videos, I've only been wearing makeup for the last 2 weeks out of the month because of Hurricane Fiona. So my numbers definitely reflect that, and I think I've done a pretty good job at trying to catch up because I think I only used this 3 to 4 times a month anyways, and I had essentially half the time. I still cannot make a new line. Each month I shine a very bright flashlight through here and it hasn't moved. It hasn't moved in months. From the beginning of this product, I've used it 75 times and this is just a mini. I could never make it through a full-size liquid highlighter. Next, for a product that is a duo or multi-chrome product, I put in Odin's Eye and Angelica Nyqvist's Hella palette. I wanted to use this 10 times. I only needed to use this palette 2 more times since the last update and I have done that. I have loved this palette. I've used every single shade. I have had the best time with this palette. I feel so creative when I look in here. I like mixing this with other palettes as well. I just had the most wonderful time, but I am ready to put this away and pull in something new. Another rollout for the prompt vacation. I have been using the Ofra Good to Go palette. I also wanted to use this 10 times and I have finally met that goal. I am using these 2 eyeshadows in my look today, as well as mixing a highlight that I'm going to share in a little bit with Pillow Talk for a more pinky toned highlight, and I mixed my blush with this blush. This is a really great multi-purpose palette. I have really enjoyed my time with this, but again, I'm excited to roll in something new. For a product that is not cruelty-free, I put in my Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. My goal is to hit pan on this. I have used it 4 times since the last update for a total of 10 uses in this project so far. I have used this 38 times in total. I've tracked my usage even outside of project pans. I am tracking the majority of my makeup collection, so I still have quite a ways to go on this. I am starting to see a dip, which makes me hopeful, but I'm quite light-handed with my makeup, and I think this is going to take me probably over 100 uses to hit pan on, but that's fine. I will just continue to use this through to the end of the year. Another product I met my goal on, this is the Model Co Peach Bellini blush. My goal is to use this 10 times. This is my oldest blush. It does already have a pan. I have expanded the pan a little bit. It's weird that it is at the side, but the whole product is like a steep slope instead of a dip in the middle. But I did expand the pan a little bit. I am not ready to commit to finishing this blush by any means, but I did want to use it 10 more times after having hit pan on it, just to bring it out, use it a little bit, and we're ready to put it back again now. For Represent Another Project Pan, I chose the project Level Up, which was created by Sofie. And in this project, you randomize a palette, and there are 5 levels, but for level 1, you use every shade in the palette one time, plus hit 1 pan in that palette. I randomized the ABH Jackie Aina palette, so I have to use I always lose the brush out of these. Use every shade in here 1 time, as well as hit 1 pan. I am trying to hit pan on the shade Trust Issues. I have not done so yet, but I have officially used every single shade. So as of the last update, I still needed to use Credit, Lituation, Zam, Wigglies, and Shookington, and I have used all of those shades now. I actually do want to like share my usage on everything, just to let you know, I guess. I've used Soleil 2 times, Supreme 3 times, Pinker 3 times, Big Wig once, Dollars, can't say that the way it's written here, once, Credit 3 times, Lituation 1 time, Zam once, Wigglies once, Shookington once, Trust Issues 12 times. Again, that's the shade I'm trying to hit pan on. No pan yet. Edges twice, Sponsored once, and Ginger 3 times. So I'm getting a lot of great use out of this palette. I've used most of the shades more than the 1 time required of me. Just if I have a look that I want to use this palette or use Trust Issues on my inner corner, for example, if there's another shade in here I'm feeling drawn to, I've just been using it. And a hidden gem, Lituation, I meant to film the day I had this all over my lid, but I just didn't have time to. I don't even know if I had ever used that shade before, even though I've used this palette over 40 times since I've owned it. I don't think I used this shade before. I could be wrong. It looks so unassuming in the pan. I just wasn't ever really drawn to it. I was obsessed with how my eye look came out that day. I wish I would have even thought to take a picture, but I didn't, of course. I can't wait to use that again. It's so fun to discover shades that you aren't originally drawn to by doing projects in this sort of way, if that makes sense. Anyways, so I haven't met my goal completely on this palette. I have now used every shade which I needed to do, but I still need to hit pan. So this is a really long update for this one product. It's staying in. Last month I rolled in 2 products. The first was a product with pretty packaging. I put in the Touch in Soul Glowdient makeup palette. It's a highlighter palette. My goal is to use this 10 times. I have used it twice so far. I did mix this Center Rosy shade with Ofra Pillow Talk for my highlighter today, and I really like that. I have used this palette more than 2 times like ever. I really enjoy this. I love Touch in Soul makeup, and I feel like this really cemented that for me because I have loved many of their primers before, but I haven't tried a ton of their actual makeup products. But this highlighter palette is incredible. And lastly, I got Project Graveyard, so a product that has been in a project pan before. I put in my Rimmel Kate Moss lipstick in the shade 8 to finish. I have used this 2 times since the last update. I think this is my oldest lipstick in my collection. This was in my very first project pan, 18 in 2018, and I had it quite a while before that. I am wearing it today. You guys, right after filming my deck of panning project last month, Emmett grabbed this off of my dresser where I keep my everyday makeup. I have used it 2 times since, but can you see how gross this is? He had it up like this and then smashed the cap down on it. There is lipstick all in the cover. It is so disgusting looking. I just kind of like pushed it back in, and I'm I'm still going to try and use it. It just looks gross. It didn't go on the floor. He didn't rub his dirty toddler fingers all over it. He just smashed it into the cap. But I was so sad. It looks so ugly now. Even more of a reason to try and use it up. But I had the thought, here I go rambling, but who cares? Welcome to my channel if you're new. I had the thought, I was like, oh, it looks disgusting now. Maybe at the end of the year I'll just declutter it, which I still might. It is ancient on top of that, and it's just so unappealing to use, but the formula is still fine. I like the color. I do have like a thicker lip balm on underneath. That's why my lips are kind of glossy. We'll see what I do with this at the end of the year. I don't think I will actually finish this, but I do want to make an effort to continue to use it for the rest of the year. So this was a very exciting update. I am rolling out 3 items, which is shocking. I feel like I've done a decent job in this project of like keeping things moving, at least I think so. And I'm excited to draw 3 new cards. So I have my Winnie the Pooh deck here. I will give this a shuffle, and while I'm shuffling I will insert the game board. I'm sure you guys know by now, but the game board changes every single month. It is randomized. The face cards stay the same. Again, if I get the Joker, I'm thinking a red lipstick. I don't know if I will go bullet lipstick or liquid lipstick, but I never wear reds. I'm so nervous. I just keep shuffling it to like delay the inevitable. Okay, I don't even really know what's on here at this time, but we're drawing 3 cards. You guys can't really see these cards. I'm sorry, I'll get the other deck again for next time. This is the 8 of Spades, and that is Spotlight a Panner. I love that. This is the 3 of Spades. And that is an out of control category. And the Ace of Spades. So many spades. That's very strange. That is add another product. How many do I already have in here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I'm going to be up to 9 products. Okay. So for that I need to draw 2 new cards, 1 to replace the ace, and then, you know, another one. Ooh, the 2 of Diamonds. Largest category, oh no, you guys. And lastly, the Ace of Diamonds, which is pick your space. I can choose whichever space I want. I am stressed. I didn't want to put any eyeshadow. I got 2 palettes out. I was hoping to kind of roll with that, but my largest category is definitely eyeshadow palettes. Out of control category, I mean that could be blush or lipstick. Ooh. Foundation is kind of an out of control category as well because I have more than I want. I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, I'll catch you guys in probably quite a while. Alright you guys, I am back. That took me so long, an embarrassingly long time. Okay, I don't quite remember the order in which my cards were pulled, so I'm just going to go in the order of what is in front of me. So for the 8 of Spades, I think I have a cat hair in my lipstick. This is Spotlight a Panner, and I am choosing to spotlight Sarah Rose, and I was having a look at her project pan, and she is working on the e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer. Now, Spotlight a Panner was inspired by the Panner's Pan, which was created by Kooky Pans, and this doesn't mean you necessarily need to work on something that the panner is currently working on, but it could be a product that reminds you of them, or maybe a product that they really love, have panned in the past that you remember. But The thing that sticks out to me the most that Sarah Rose has panned is the Walking on Eggshells Trio by Wet n Wild, which I don't want to put in another eyeshadow palette beyond the one I needed to put in this update. Liquid blushes and a blue eyeliner really stand out to me as like panning feats that just I immediately relate to Sarah Rose. But I didn't want to work on those types of things, and I am not currently working on a concealer. So then I looked at what she is currently panning, and she's panning the e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer. I have mine in the shade Light Ivory. I don't know if that's the shade she's working on. It doesn't really matter. And I'm going to choose to work on this as well. And this is just going to be the concealer I work on for the rest of the year. I'm going to say my goal is to finish this, knowing full well that this project pan ends December 20th, and I probably won't have it finished by then, but I do want to make a pretty good dent in here. Then I have the 3 of Spades, which is out of control category. And for me, I wanted to work on another lipstick. I could have put in a blush, but I just put in, I'm working on a few blushes. So those are the 2 categories. I mean, all of my categories pretty much are out of control, but I have way too many lipsticks. So I'm actually choosing to work on a liquid lipstick since I'm already working on a bullet lipstick in this project pan. This is the Huda Beauty matte liquid lipstick in the shade Venus. Don't mind these swatches on my hands. I was trying to figure out what lipstick I wanted to put in, and I ultimately chose this lipstick. I think this is a great fall shade, still neutral enough for me to use on a daily basis. I'm working on a lot of lipsticks. Who knows how much I'll actually reach for this. I hope it's a decent amount. Again, my goal is going to be to finish this, knowing full well I cannot finish a liquid lipstick in the 2 remaining months of this project. There are 5 mils in here, or 0.17 fluid ounces of liquid lipstick in here. I'm just going to reach for this as much as I can until the end of the year. I will store it upright. I see no windows or anything at this point, but if a miracle happens and I can see visible progress from the outside as well, I will let you know. Then I got the Ace of Spades, which was add another product, so I had to draw in 2 new cards. First I have the 2 of Diamonds, and this is my largest category, which is eyeshadow. I wanted to get away from eyeshadows in this project, but ultimately I chose to pull back in my ABH Modern Renaissance palette. I actually don't know if it was in this project or a different project earlier this year, but I wanted more pans showing in this by the end of the year, and I was looking, and I have a really good dip happening in Bon Fresco here, and I think this purpley tone will go well with some of the other shades I'm working on. So eyeshadow is my largest category, and I would like to hit pan in the shade Bon Fresco right here, and that will be my 4th pan in this palette. I have used my Modern Renaissance palette over 100 times, but I would like to pull it out and get some more use on it and hit another pan. And then I got the Ace of Diamonds, which meant I can choose whichever space I wanted. Now, I was looking at the board and I don't know what I wanted to choose. Oh, I guess I could have chose brand new. I guess I skipped right over that in my mind. But I am choosing the 6 of Clubs, which is a foundation, because I have been thinking about this foundation a bit lately, and I was going to pull it in my next Shop My Stash, but I was like, you know what, let's put it in a project pan and see how much damage I can do to this, I guess. I think, again, I'm going to set a finish goal. I know that these finish goals, along with like this lipstick, I am not going to succeed in finishing these products by the end of the year, but I just think that that is going to motivate me more to reach for it like on a more regular basis than a 20 or 30 use goal, which I probably won't meet by the end of the year. I don't know if my logic is fully making sense, but I'm just going to put a good dent in this. I have the shade Light 45W, which is a perfect winter color match for me, I believe, and it is the Hyaluronic Hydrating Foundation. I'm working also on a matte foundation, so maybe I can mix the two as my skin gets more dry. I love this foundation so much in the cooler months, and I've been wanting to use it more. And when I put things in a Shop My Stash, I'm usually only reaching for it like a maximum of 5 times, and then I feel obligated to rotate in something else. But if it's in a project pan, it can live up in my everyday makeup drawer until the project pan ends. So that is going to be my goal for this one. So 4 new items with pretty lofty goals. With having started project 10 uses, that was my intention to have my remaining project pans be a little bit more challenging, a little bit more traditional, and then keep the 10 uses over there. Do I make any sense? I'm not really sure. Goals for next time, let's be really quick about this. What do I even have left in this project? I would like to have pan into eyeshadows for next month. Can I do that? I'm not sure, but I would feel so accomplished if I did. Pan in the shade Trust Issues and pan in the shade Bon Fresco, and I think honestly that is all I could be successful in. I know I'm not going to finish the liquid highlighter or the lipstick or any of the 3 products I just rolled in, and I know I can't hit pan in this by the next month, and 8 uses on a highlighter is pretty lofty for me since I am working on quite a few highlighters as well. But overall, I feel really good about this update. Yes, now it's even bigger than it was before. I now have 9 products in this project pan, I believe, which is a lot. But I'm very excited about all of the products I have in here. Let me know how you are doing with your project pan. Are you planning to join this project next year? I would love to know. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to give it a thumbs up so that I know, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!